Hey guys, what's up? Jed here. Welcome to another video. I hope you're all having a great day. Today we're going to be looking at the difference of two squares and how to factorize such expressions. So first things first, how do you know when you're dealing with an expression that is the difference of two squares? Well, it's going to be two terms with a minus symbol in between, and the two terms are square values. So let's take a look at this example here. We have an x that's being squared, which is very apparent. This is an obvious example. And then we have 4, which is a square number. And then we have a minus in between them. Another way of saying minus is difference. So we actually have the difference of two squares. So how do you factorize an expression such as this? Well, the difference of two squares always factorizes into two brackets. One of the brackets is a plus, the other bracket is a minus. And the terms that go into these brackets are obtained by square rooting the terms in the original expression. So the square root of x squared is just x, and you put that in each bracket to the left like this. And the square root of 4 is 2, and you put that into each bracket like this. And there you have it. You have factorized an expression that is the difference of two squares. Let's take a look at this example. We have a 4, which is a square value, and an x squared. And together they make a term which is a square term. And then we have the difference and a 9, which is another square number. So this is the difference of two squares. So let's factorize this. The difference of two squares factorizes into two brackets, one of them being a plus, the other one being a minus. And the square root of 4x squared is 2x. And we put that into each bracket to the left, and the square root of 9 is 3. And there you have it. You could also factorize an expression where the second value isn't necessarily a square number. So in this case, we have x squared minus 2, x squared being a square term, and 2 not being a square value. How would you do this? Well, you'd open up two brackets, put a plus and a minus like before. The square root of x squared is x, and the square root of 2 is an irrational number. So we actually can't write the entire value down. So what we would just put instead is the square root of 2. So this is kind of like forcing the difference of two squares. You know, you're force factorizing the difference of two squares, and it could be something that you see. So now for our final example, we're going to see the difference of two squares in action with expressions. Here we have an expression that's being squared minus another expression that's being squared. This is essentially the difference of two squares, but with expressions. How you'd factorize it is as follows. You'd open up two brackets. I'm going to make my bracket slightly larger as we're going to have to simplify. I'll put a plus and a minus. And the square root of x plus 2 squared is just x plus 2. So we'll put that expression into both brackets. And the square root of x minus 1 squared is just x minus 1. Be very careful when you are subtracting an expression. This minus applies to the entire expression. So it's going to be minus x, and then the minus applies to the negative one, which makes it a plus 1. So just be careful about that one there. And if we simplify, we get the following. And this can be rewritten as 3 brackets 2x plus 1. And there you have it. That's how you factorize expressions that have the difference of two squares. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you've learned something by watching this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Thank you and take care.